Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Alistair, terror of Australia's ageing MMA population and certified pancreas mark. Once again, I hope to join you all in watching the finest and most gentlemanly MMA promotion outside of pancreas and maybe rings. This promotion eschews the grimy street fighting aesthetic of the UFC, intent to cover itself in the noble trappings of traditional martial arts competition. It is, of course, the Lumax Cup, this time of the year 1996. You may of course wonder why underneath this introduction we have what appears to be some sort of madman in red speedos fighting a giant. This is of course Manoa Man, whose MMA debut was on this particular event. And now I shall begin watching with you the Lumax Cup of 1996. Whoop. This was held on the 30th of March of that particular year and is a 16-man tournament. No alternate bouts, no exhibition matches. We have just got 16 men fighting it out to see who is the best on that day. And this is how you know that your MMA promotion is taking itself seriously, when they have a 16-man MMA tournament. Because 8-man tournaments are for pussies. Fighting 4 times in one day, that's what real men do. So we've just had a little sort of introduction and photo collage, and we've had the obligatory flying armbar from Yoshinori Nishi, and we have the Tournament of J 1996. So I hope you're all fucking excited, because I am. I have absolutely no idea in what this was held. Not a basketball stadium by the looks of things. I think it was a well, it actually might have been, because the floor was made of wood. So they've downgraded from last year, where they were in, I believe, maybe one of the Tokyo Dome. Like, underneath the Tokyo Dome. I could be very wrong. Yep, looks like a basketball stadium to me. So here we have everybody warming up. That was a fairly horrendous single leg from Asougi. This is Kazunari Murakami. Remember that dipshit from Pride 1? Or is that Masanori Sudha? I think it's... No, that's Sudha, my bad. That's Murakami. Murakami's working for Kimura here on his training partner. And he's going to switch to an armbar, which is a nice transition. We have a lump of shit, Sune Kakuta, as the most dangerous man alive today would call him. Of course, I like Sune Kakuta, so there you go. That's something we don't agree on. Somebody having trouble breaking somebody's grip. So this year is sort of a who's who of guys that would go on to be big names later on in MMA. And here we have Yoshinori Nishi, old motherfucking badass himself. Loser to Hickson Gracie, winner of the 1994 Lumax Cup. Competitor in that great exhibition match of the last year's one. And this year he will be the referee for all of the matches, I believe. He fought in rings and Vale Tudo Japan, and as well as the Lumax Cup, and that was sort of the grand total of his career. I think perhaps he's introducing the rules, because he's refereeing today. So if ever you were going to get someone to introduce the rules, it might as well be the referee. Yeah, definitely, because he's said down, so he's describing the criteria for a knockdown. Because like last year, this one is competed in the gi jacket and gloves, which is very interesting. Makes for some sort of fun fighting combinations, because you're throwing punches and then gripping afterwards. Whereas with the palm strikes, it's sort of just straight grappling with the occasional slap thrown in. Of course, there will be no ground and pound on the ground, and if it reaches a stalemate on the ground, the referee will start counting, and then the fighters will be stood up. Still got no idea what he's saying, but he's a bad old dude. And here we have the 16-man tournament bracket, so you will see that the winner will have to fight and win 4 times in one day. And you'll see that the tatami is not this time raised up, which is pretty smart. This way we avoid anybody rolling their ankle or breaking something if they go off the edge. And I didn't hear that guy's name, but he looks like a bit of a nerd. This is Ryuta Sakurai, who's a venerable man of Japanese mixed martial arts. This is something Otsuka, I can't remember his fucking name. Sorry, Yuichi Otsuka. This is Yusei Tedeschi. Don't know who that was, didn't catch it, sorry. This is Isamu Asougi. Not last year, the 1995 Lumax Cup, I made a bit of a fuck up. I called Asougi Otsuka and Otsuka Asougi. But that is definitely Sherdog's fault because they've got the result for that fight backwards. And this is fucking Manoa, man! Get hype, everybody! Honestly, my favorite martial artist in the entire world. A complete and utter madman. Just fun to watch. Lump of shit, Sune Kakuta. I don't mind Sune Kakuta because I saw him fight in Pancras before I saw him fight in Pride. And in Pancras, he's fucking exciting, but in Pride, he's just incredibly boring. Kazunari Murakami. Dipshit from Pride 1. The first ever fighter in Pride. First man to submit somebody in Pride. He competed in last year's Lumax Cup, yes, and he got eliminated. I can't remember who against, but against somebody. I didn't complete my notes. In fact, my notes literally just say, remember that dipshit from Pride 1. That was Akihiro Gono. He's grown his hair out slightly since last year. And Egon Inoue! This is a Pride Resurrection favourite. Here you have some bored-looking people, and some white people watching this, which is a bit confusing. So, Yoshinori Nishi is being brought in to introduce the event. He bows a lot, you'll see. So I have absolutely no idea what he's saying, but he did say judo there somewhere. Bit of a VHS issue there. That's a bit of fun. So he's done. And this nerdy little guy comes up to to say I don't know. I've got no idea what he's saying. But this appears to be a sort of Lumax Cup tradition where one of the competitors will pledge to, I've got no idea, uphold the spirit of the competition or something like that. So first time it was Nishi, second time it was Murakami, and this time it was, I think that was Hirotada Takashi? Yeah, I think so. So our first fighter on the mat is Egon Inoue, little brother of Ensign, favourite of the Pride Resurrection channel, producer of a fitness newsletter, racquetball badass, an absolutely shredded old man. I saw a photo of him recently. He is just lean as fuck, so that's pretty impressive. Whatever he's on to stay looking like that, I want some.
I think if I fight good and don't get tired, I'll make it to the finals again. My conditioning's better this time. I prepared earlier. I didn't do anything crazy before, like I don't know, bowl or anything. I came up earlier. Gono's kick, face kick.
So he's only worried about Akihiro Gono's face kick. That's pretty cool. This is Yasunobu Matsuo. There is literally no information on him on the internet that I could find. Yeah, so there you go. That gives you great hopes for his competition, for how he goes in the competition today. But he's got a great pair of sort of... Looks like a... He straight up looks like a villain from like a 1940s, well 1950s American war film about Japan. So that shows you how my biases of Japan have been programmed into me. Alright, here we go. And he's pulling guard against Egon Inoue. That's kind of dumb. And so Egon's just run around his legs and pretty much finished the pass. He's sliding his hips through. Oh, Yasunobu is trying to get a half guard, but he's not doing a great job. And Egon is almost past. He's just going to hook that foot. And then there we are. He's round to north-south, the freaky mount. Gone to head scissors. And he's going to start punching him in the body, which is always fun to see and fun to receive. And he's working on an arm there. You can hear Ensign in Egon's corner giving him advice. Yasunobu has gone to belly down, but now he's going to end up getting crucifixed. And just as he tried to escape that, he's back in north-south. And he's actually got a shin-on head ride, which is a favourite technique of mine. So watching Egon, sorry, my bad Egon. Watching Egon go today is good fun because I'm seeing some stuff I like. He's working past Yasunobu's legs, trying to lever out an arm. Bit of a grunt of pain there from Yasunobu as he got punched hard in the body. And he's trying to grab Egon's arm. And Egon's overhooking that arm. And he's got an arm lock. And Yasunobu is tapped. That was a fairly classic arm lock. It looked like a fairly simple sort of arrest hold. And so Egon is the winner there. And sorry for that little artifact there. That was just something that happened when I ripped that from YouTube. So seeing the arm lock again. See, that's pretty classic. I don't even know if it was fully on. I think maybe he was just sort of done. Maybe it was hyperextending the shoulder. Right, here we have Saburo Kawatsu. He was born in 1974, and this is his MMA debut. And he looks pretty excited. He's got a flat top haircut, which is always nice, always cool. It's a classic haircut that we like to see throughout history. And here we have Sanai Kakuta, born 1971. He was a judoka, and this is also his MMA debut. So yeah, the most dangerous man alive today and the other members of the Pride Resurrection channel don't really like Sune Kakuta because he is, for some reason, completely incapable of having a fun match in the Pride ring. But when I first encountered him, it was in Pancrase, and he was quite frankly a badass because he finished every fight I saw him fight there, apart from one against Travis Fulton, who was a heavyweight, which is pretty impressive. And he, yeah, he's just a great dude. His fight against Ikehisa Minoa for the King of Pancrase title is just absolute madness, and I highly recommend everybody watch that match. Oop, Saboru wants to go, and Kakuta's sort of pulled guard here, which is interesting from a judoka, but he's fed himself under for a leg lock, so he's probably thinking heel hook here. And Saboru's doing the right thing there, keeping his weight on that leg, but oh, he's been swept. That was very nice from Sune Kakuta. I don't know what to call that, but it was really cool. Maybe switching to X guard or something? I don't know. Oh, he's countered Saboru's bridge attempt and hit a pass into mount, and he's riding on Saboru's hips here. He's working some punches to the body. See, look at this. This is more activity in Sune Kakuta's MMA debut than in any of his Pride fights. He's gone to a single back hook, and he's trying to get the other hook in. Saboru's crossed his arm across to the other side, but Kakuta is in what I believe in wrestling terms is called the saddle? I could be fucking wrong. I don't actually wrestle. I rely entirely on internet instructionals. So my terminology there is questionable, to say the best. It's sort of a bastardization of what makes sense to me, what I've heard on on internet instructionals by men of questionable wrestling lineage. And Kakuta is working an arm lock on the other side to help finish his pass from half guard. They've started counting because apparently they've reached a stalemate. Oh, but Yoshinori Nishi has said stalemate is over, and Kakuta is trying for an Americana here, and he's hooked his hands together. But Saboru is keeping him in half guard, which ought to stop him from finishing that hold, because it's very difficult to get the leverage unless you're right across the body. Oh, but he's cranking on that shit. Oh, and Saboru has tapped and made a worrying noise, and Sune Kakuta has won his MMA debut. So what would happen to Saboru Katsu? Well, he would go on to fight in Shuto, and his biggest opponent would be a young, angry Robbie Lawler, who would TKO him in the first round. Saboru's final record would be 5-7-2. But we will not see him again today. Sune Kakuta has moved on to the second round. So there's a nice Americana or double wrist lock or hammer lock, depending on whatever terminology you want to use by Sune Kakuta there. So we have Hiroyuki Yoshioka? I have no idea how to say that. Hiroyuki something. He competed in the 1995 Lumax Cup and rocked TK with a punch in their fight. In fact, he got a down out of him, but then was knocked out by Tsuyoshi Kosaka in the first round. But he does not have a Wikipedia page, and Sherdog does not have his date of birth, so I cannot tell you how old he is. And this is Hirotada Takashi. There's absolutely nothing on him either, and he would only fight in Lumax Cup events. So he is the nerdy-looking guy who gave the Pledge of Athletic competition earlier in the event. Alright, let's see how they go. Oh, high kick from Yoshikai. Got kick swept by Takashi. Takashi's laying in some kicks there, so I think he's a karate guy based on his gi. He's shot a single leg. Leg scissors from Yoshika. And he's switched tried for an armbar, but he's ended up on the bottom. And he's kicked his leg across the face, and he's got an armbar. Nicely done, Hiroyuki Yoshioka. I'm going to say Yoshioka, because I've got no idea what to say. Ippon! So, see you later, Hirotada Takahashi. It was nice knowing you, but we will never see you ever again. Nice armbar from guard. That was very pretty. Knees nicely pinched too. Ryuta Sakurai! This dude is a bad man. He is Mr. Deep. He was born in 1971. He's fought in Pride. And he's still going today. He's 46 and he looks absolutely fucking great. Whatever, yeah, I got no idea what sort of steak and eggs he's eating, but they should give me some of that. He recently snapped a losing streak. And his biggest win was either against Hiromitsu Kanehara or Katsunori Shibata, the famously stiff pro wrestler. But he's a bad dude and he's still fighting today. He had a great fight with Murilo Bustamante in Pride. Katsuhisa Fuji, born in 1972. He competed a little bit in amateur Shuto before this. And he would retire in 2010. He fought in the UFC, in Pride, and yeah, so he's a pretty well-travelled dude, even though he doesn't have that many fights on his record. So he's talking about the difficulties in wearing a jacket. And a ground the puncher. Gotta love this sort of English that pops up. Lets you actually understand what the fuck they're saying, what's going on. Alright, here we go. Sakurai versus Fuji. So Sakurai's got the fade, and Fuji's got the full head of hair. Nice front kick from Fuji. Body punches from Sakurai. Belly-to-belly suplex attempt from Sakurai, but he fucked that up, and now he's kicked back and recovered guard. And he's working a arm drag, but Fuji isn't letting him have that, and he's punching him in the gut. It's going to see some groundwork here. Sakurai's gone a single collar grip. Probably not thinking cross-collar choke. So we'll see if Fuji can get anything going here from top. Ooh, Sakurai's kicking his legs up, maybe thinking armbar. Bit of grip fighting going on. Body punches from Fuji. Oh, maybe maybe Sakurai is thinking cross-collar choke. Oh, punches from the bottom from Sakurai. Working for an underhook. Working for a Kimura. And Fuji sat back for a leg lock without blocking the hip. Made the Ken Shamrock mistake. And Ryuta Sakurai has pulled himself on top. And is now in mount. So got some body punches happening. Sakurai's kicked up his leg for S-mount. Fuji's shoved him off and stood up. And he's the way he's mucking around with that toe leads me to think he was thinking leg lock, but he's abandoned that idea. Ryuta Sakurai has grapevine the legs to prevent Fuji from posturing up and passing. And he was thinking double wrist lock there for a second, but Fuji pulled straight out of it. All right. Oh, and here we see the Lumax Cup speciality of dragging people back to the center of the mat area by their gis. Bring in all the referees and judges and tell them to go again. Sakurai's working his collar grips. Kicking up for an armbar. Nishi's called movement. Oh, and they've moved, so he's decided to say that they can stay on the ground for a little bit more. There isn't really much happening. Oh, nice knee slide pass from Fuji. Let's see if he can finish it. And he can, and now he's in mount. So he's working some punches and shoving Sakurai's face away. And he's thinking armbar the way he's walking his legs up there. But he might be leaving too much space. I reckon if Sakurai bucks, he can start getting some room to escape. Fuji's thinking Z mount, which is fun to see. Body punch. Annoying palms in the faces. Palms in the face. Contact has been called, so they're waiting. Oh, he's trying for a Americana on Sakurai's arm. But Sakurai has managed to grip it and break Fuji's grips as Fuji stepped off to side control to finish it. Tried for a bridging escape there, but he didn't have the underhook, so no wonder he got shut down. Needs that, well, he needs either underhook. Needs either of his arms underneath Fuji's body to escape from side control there. And Fuji's back in mount. Fuji's walking his legs up for an armbar again. Maybe thinking a mounted triangle, but he's probably not going to get that. Yoshino Nishi has told him to move again. And Fuji's been caught up in half guard as he's tried to step off to side control to finish that Americana. Body punches, nice, good decision. Because you can keep a man flat here in the bottom of half guard, punch him in the body, and then take mount, just like that when he tries to move and escape. Good body punches from Fuji, so he's working hard. Elbows from Fuji at the end of the round there. So I didn't know those were legal, but they were to the body, so don't think they're explicitly forbidden by the rules. So they've called for a second round. Some sweaty looking dudes. Alright, here they go. Nice jab body hit by Ryuta Sakurai there, and he's trying to get in on that takedown, but he is getting chewed to bits by Fuji's knees, and he's had to turn over and concede top position. So Fuji's in top half guard, doing some damage. Oi! Punch from the bottom up to Fuji's face, and Nishi didn't see that. And now, yep, Fuji is bleeding. So they're calling a time stop while they check out Fuji, see if he's going to die. His nose is a little bit of blood coming out of it. Sorry about that noise, just moving around, getting slightly more comfortable. Oh, and they've been stood up after the check. Nice. That's a bit unfair on poor old Fuji. Low kick from Sakurai, checked by Fuji. Low kick from Fuji. Sakurai's in on that clinch though, which is where he wants to be. Although Fuji's chewing him up. Body punches from Sakurai, he's going for it. Good body knee from Sakurai, and they've been told to stop at the edge of the mat, and it appears that Sakurai has been poked in the eye on the break there, because he's not particularly happy. He's trying to blink some crap out of it. He's saying he's okay, even though he's wiping it and just having some trouble, and they're being told to go again. He's said, come on. Front kick from Fuji, jab from Sakurai. Sakurai's got a hard jab, and you can see the start of it here. He dropped his most recent opponent with one. And he's going for the belly-to-belly suplex again, but he's essentially pulled half guard. And Fuji's going to try double wrist lock that arm, but Sakurai's got an underhook and half guard, so if he works hard, he can escape here. And there, nicely done. Up he comes, and he's taken top position. Well done, Sakurai. Headbutts to the chest, I think. Very interesting. And Sakurai is pulling his... Oh no, he's just trying to break Fuji's grip on that bottom arm. So they're counting, telling Sakurai to move. Sakurai stood up. And he's entered a leg lock attack. And Fuji's rolled him over, but he's still got Sakurai attacking that leg, which is not a good thing to have. And Sakurai's keeping control of Fuji, but with his legs across the hips like that and not with a saddle, he'll have trouble keeping Fuji off him. And he will have significant trouble finishing this straight ankle lock. But he's giving it a go. Problem with leg locks in the gi is they can just grab hold of the gi and climb up you and take all your leverage away on that leg lock. They've switched positions, and Sakurai's attacking the other leg. He's gotten a bit of a better position this time. That outside weave. And that is the end of the round. So, will we have a third round in this first round matchup? Oh, they've given it to Sakurai, it seems. Yes, the winner by referees and judges' decision is Ryuta Sakurai, Mr. Deep. So, what would happen to Katsuhisa Fuji? He would go on to have a record of 9-18. He would fight on UFC 23 in a 4-man tournament. He would fight in Pride Bushido and have his brain deactivated by Igor Vovchanchin. And he'd have a bit of a rough losing streak at the end of his career. And his biggest win was against Jason DeLucia. And he would retire in 2010 with a record of 9 wins and 18 losses. Right, here we have Masanori Sudha, born 1974, weirdly omnipresent but non-famous name in Japanese mixed martial arts. He's got some wins over some pretty impressive dudes. But we will talk about them later on. Yes, and here we have Yuichi Otsuka. He fought in an alternate bout last year, and Sherdog has that fight the wrong way round. So he fought Isamu Asougi. Isamu Asougi is a Sambo guy, and he's also fighting on this card. So I called, and Sherdog has Otsuka beating Asougi by armbar, whereas in fact Asougi beat Otsuka by straight armbar. So I actually have no idea what his real record is, but he has nice kicks, and he's got a nice karate style. So that's all I can really tell you about him. Right, here we go. Jab and grip from Masanori Sudha, so we're seeing that punchy grippy stuff going on. Otsugi is trying for an Asotogari. It's an outer trip. Masanori Sudha going for an Uchimata and then an inside trip and then a really nice foot sweep at the end there. That was really great. So Suda's got some judo chops. Jab and grip from Sudha. Punching combinations from Otsugi and then a Uranagi from Sudha. And now he stepped over and he's sort of on a rear triangle and he's spun and sprawled out to prevent Otsugi finishing that single leg. And there we go. Now he's on Otsugi's side, gone to a wrestling ride, got one hook in his back and two hooks in. Sudha is just all over, Otsuka, all over Otsuki on the ground there. And he's switched over to mount and he's thinking armbar and he's set himself up for it. So he's got the shin across the face and now he's just got to break the grip. And this is a sort of very judo position. You see a lot of arm bars from face down on the turtle. And so he's trying to pop Otsuka's grip here. I'm in so much trouble with those names. And Otsuka's tried to pull out, but he's caught up, and nice armbar from Sudha. Well done. So Masanori Sudha has won this bout against Yuichi Otsuka. So here we have a replay of that very nice armbar as Otsuka tried to escape it by sort of rolling out. He ended up putting it on some more. And yeah, his elbow is hyperextended. No wonder he tapped to that. Here we have Yuso Tedeschi. I have absolutely no idea how old this guy is. He's from KZ's Factory. I believe that's a moderately famous gym. It's associated with Shuto. And we have Manoa Man! Fucking Manoa Man! Slayer of Giants, Super Hluck champion, still fighting, biggest, baddest dude in all of fucking MMA. He's fought everywhere. He's fought in the UFC, he's fought in Pride, he's fought in Pancras, he's fought in Deep. Just if there's a Japanese promotion, he's fought there. He's fought Wanderlei Silva, Rampage Jackson, fucking Crow Cop. He's completely insane. He does not care who he fights, he just wants to fight people. And he's absolutely great. And if you don't like Manoa Man, fuck you and everybody who calls you a friend, because he's absolutely awesome. So here we go. Let's see what Manoa Man can do. Nice low kick there. Thinking about high kick, and he's being cracked by a pair of right hands from Yuzo Tedeschi. And nice sacrifice throw from Yuzo Tedeschi there. That was very nice with the belt grip. A sumegeshi if you're a judo mark and you want to know the names. But Manoa Man's kicked himself into leg lock position, and he was training in the Pancras dojo at this time, but maybe he's having a bit of difficulty because Yuzo Tedeschi is not wearing shoes and actually has a guard. And look at that, the double ankle sweep. Not necessarily the idiot sweep, but it is close to it. So Manoa Man's trying to kick back for a heel hook here. And Yuzo Tedeschi's got a hold of his gi, so that tells you the problems that can happen when you've got a gi and you're trying to leg lock someone. They can just keep you attached to their top half. And we see a bit of a picture of Ikehisa Minua's sick fucking deltoids. Look at those things. And so he's kicked into knee bar position. He's trying to roll Yuzo Tedeschi over, switching to toe hold on the other foot, and then kicking back into heel hook position, but Tedeschi's got his knee out. So I don't know if Manoa Man will be able to finish this leg lock. He should try and take top position here. But Tedeschi sort of managed to break free, and they've hit the edge of the mat. And so they'll most likely be restarted standing. So that's an image of what will become a bit of a Manoa Man staple. Sick fucking leg locks. Probing jab from Manoa Man. He's probably not used to throwing hard closed fist punches because he was training in the Pancras dojo and would debut in the open hand period of Pancras. So very awful double leg attempt from Manoa Man, and he's been sprawled on by Yuzo Tedeschi. He's built up his base and pulled guard, and he's using the gi a little bit, trying to keep Yuzo Tedeschi in his guard. But I think Manoa Man was more a more a Suzuki product than he was a Funaki product. So his guard probably isn't that great. And just as he was trying to sweep, he has been elevator swept by Yuzo Tedeschi. So Yuzo Tedeschi's got some ground skills. And Manoa Man's trying for a cross-collar choke or something similar. And Tedeschi's shaking his head, saying it's not really on. So we'll see a butterfly guard from Manoa Man. He's trying to kick up for an armbar. And stalemate is being called. And Tedeschi's working a pass here, and he's almost all the way around. But Manoa Man's doing an alright job of keeping his guard, but he's lost that leg. And now Tedeschi's stood up. Stand up, Manoa Man! There we go. Great pass by Yuzo Tedeschi, just ran around his legs. And inverted triangle attempt from Manoa Man. And he's kicked under to attack for her legs again. He's trying to hook himself in for a knee bar, but he's managed to recover guard with it. Body punch from Yuzo Tedeschi. And Manoa Man's trying to kick up for an armbar, but he's sort of conceded a over-under pass instead. He's going to try for a double wrist lock probably. Yeah, the way he's grabbing that wrist on with his right hand. And he's going to try and punch through for a Kimura hold, but he's missed it. And they've called stalemate. Yuzo Tedeschi's in side control. Hammer fist to Manoa Man's body. Manoa Man's just sort of stuck on the bottom here. Oh, but he's thinking about single leg. He's gone belly down, and he's returned to turtle. Tedeschi's on his back, but Manoa Man has turned out and taken top position in Tedeschi's guard. I think there's a minute or 30 seconds left in the round. They've called stalemate again, and Manoa Man's trying to stack past Yuzo Tedeschi, but he's in danger of being overhead swept there. He's not really getting anything going here from inside Yuzo Tedeschi's guard. Punch from the bottom from Tedeschi. And that is the end of the round. So we'll see if the judges have a winner. Nope, they've called it a draw for this round, so we're going to see a second round of action. Alright, here we go, second round. So we'll see if Manoa Man's got an idea about the stand-up now that he ate those two right hands. Worked out that he's in a fight yet. Oh, counter right hand from a very rough Manoa Man jab. And Manoa Man's got a big black eye from those two right hands he ate in the first round. Good low kick. Pair of nice low kicks from Manoa Man. He's working it on. Sort of a fairly telegraphed one. He managed to... he's a bit shy about that right hand. He managed to block that one, but he was really sort of ducking down, thinking about high kicks. Double leg shot, and he's pulled himself under to attack for a leg. But he's in danger of being passed here. So he might feed himself under to attack the other leg. Yes, he has. So we will see if he can get anything going on this particular leg. But Yuzi Tedeschi has a hold of his gi, and now they're being scooched into the center of the ring. Grabbed by their belts and dragged. Little Vale Tudo kicks from Tedeschi. Don't know if those are legal. Apparently they are. Yoshinori Nishi does not give a shit. Manoa Man's trying to keep Tedeschi on the ground, and they've called stalemate here. And Manoa Man's trying to get his arm back so he can attack for a leg lock, but they've been stalemate has been called and they've been stood up. Manoa Man's a little bit slow to get up. Jab from Tedeschi, yeah. Right hand from Manoa Man. Left hook. Low kick from Manoa Man. Traded jabs there. So Manoa Man's got a little bit of confidence now in his hands. Nice left hook. Another nice left hook from Manoa Man. Oh, he's thinking body. And he's ducked in on a takedown when Yuzo Tedeschi threw his right hand, so nicely done. Some more Vale Tudo kicks from Tedeschi right on Manoa Man's butt cheeks. They've called stalemate here. Oh, Tedeschi's kicked across for an armbar, but is he going to get it on the super luck himself, Manoa Man? He's getting that arm pretty straight, but Manoa Man seems to be okay. He's keeping his weight down on him, preventing him from pulling it fully straight. He's working to get his elbow free. And Tedeschi's given up on the armbar. Rather than get past, he's gone back to guard. So good defense from Manoa Man there. Called stalemate again. Ooh, Manoa Man's not in a good spot. He might get swept here the way he's sort of back on his heels. Oh, yep. Overhead sweep, and that is the end of the match. Well, not the end of the match, the end of the round. Tedeschi seems pretty happy with himself. So we're going to the judge's decision again. And they've given it to Yuzo Tedeschi, which I suppose isn't fair, but fuck you, Yuzo Tedeschi, and everyone who likes you. Because the man you've just beaten is absolutely awesome. Ikehisa the Punk, formerly known as the Punk, now known as Manoa Man Manoa, Super Hluck champion. His biggest win is definitely the Super Hluck tournament, in which he fought Bob Sapp, who's 300 pounds of steroid-induced muscle, Hongman Choi, who's 7 feet tall, and Ramontieri Skoju, who's a pretty bad dude if you look him up. So that is the biggest win of Manoa Man's career. And here we have Isamu Otsugi. So not Yuichi Otsuka. So Isamu Otsugi suplexed and armbarred Yuichi Otsuka last year at the 1995 Lumax Cup tournament. But Sherdog has that match the wrong way round, and I did fuck that up last time. I will take responsibility for that, because there was a picture of both those guys and they walked in from the right side and there was a subtitle, so I should have picked up on it rather than believing in Sherdog. So my apologies to both Otsugi and Otsuka. And any information I've given you about their respective records is completely false, because, well, Sherdog was wrong about that fight, and I don't know how many of the other ones they were wrong about too. And here we have Kazunari Murakami. Remember this dipshit from Pride 1. So he competed last year in the Lumax Cup. He didn't make it through. I think he made it up to the semifinals. He fought on the first Pride card, would then go into pro wrestling and then come back. His career wasn't that great. He would fight a lot in the Lumax Cup because he is from the Wajutsu Keshukai school, which is the school of Yoshinori Nishi, and they seem to like him this year because he gets a pretty long interview.
強化と、あとはそれに対して自分がまず自分の間合いに入るまでのそのポジションの取り方っていうものをいろいろ練習してきましたんで。
So I've tried to see if I could pick up on anything he was saying there, but I've not really. I've managed to pick up high kick and position, but I'm not sure if they were just Japanese words that sounded like that. All right, here we go. Massive front kick from chopping right hands from Kazunari Murakami, and he's spun to Isamu Osugi's back, and he's working a drain pipe turnover. He's nicely done. He's right into head scissors position. So that was a nice little combination there. Sort of a front kick to the face, and he's sprawled on the takedown and landed quite a few punches. And we saw in the opening montage, he was practicing from this position, a Kimura hold into an armbar. So we'll see if that's what he finishes with, because he is hammer fisting away at Osugi's liver there. And he's turned him over with that Kimura, so he's keeping him on his side, preventing him from gaining any position. And he's going to try and break the grip. And snap that arm out of there. Oh, they've called contact, which is a call for stalemate. So he's trying to prise that arm out of there, so he might switch to armbar right at the last second. No, he's just going to do damage. So they've called a stop there. And he's going to help up Isamu Osugi. Oh no, he isn't. He's just fucking with his own glove. My bad, I was expecting sportsmanship from this dipshit from Pride 1. So we're fighting again. Another front kick. Osugi's caught it for a single leg. But Murakami's sort of keeping his balance and preventing himself from getting taken down with that sort of lat grip on this side. So belly-to-belly suplex attempt from Isamu Osugi, but he's mucked it up, and now he's got Kazunari Murakami on top of him. So Murakami defended that single leg quite well, so Osugi had to switch to double underhooks, and now he's managed to bridge Murakami over, and Murakami's trying to get his hips away. He's thinking maybe cross-collar choke on the Sambo Kurtka there. Yep, he's trying to stand up, so he's using a technical stand-up, and he's sprawled out on the single-leg attempt from Isamu Osugi to keep him down, so we'll see what he can do from here. But yeah, that belly-to-belly suplex is dangerous. You got to have one arm trapped, I've found, otherwise they can sort of post out. And he's keeping a nice sprawl on top of Osugi here. So they've called a break, and now they're going to scooch them out to the middle of the ring. Murakami's keeping his weight on the back of Osugi, just making him carry him the whole way there. That's a bit unfair. Alright, we're told to go again. Osugi's built up his base to a good turtle here, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Murakami's on his back. Mark Coleman knees to the butt, and he's going to work that sort of crotch drag turnover again. Osugi's thinking single leg, the way he's hooked one of Murakami's legs, but he's isn't in a good position for any drive there. And Murakami's laying into his body. Stalemate's been called again. Murakami's sprawled out and gotten his legs free. Spin to the back, Murakami. Oh, they've called an end to the stalemate because Osugi sort of fell over onto his side. Murakami spun. Called contact again. Oh, we've been going for nearly an hour, so we're going to see if my recorder can record files for longer than an hour. Murakami's thinking rear triangle attempt to work as a turnover, and we'll see if he can get an armbar from here. Oh, he's working for a Kimura from there. I thought that might happen. And he's, Osugi has tapped. So that is a very nice combination, or submission combination there. Murakami stepped over to a reverse triangle and then levered out Osugi's arm for the armbar. So that is very pretty. Nicely done, Kazunari Murakami. You dipshit from Pride 1. Yeah, see it on the replay, it's very pretty. Right, and for our final match of the first round, we have Akihiro Gono versus Yasushi Morita. Yasushi Morita fought in the 1994 Lumax Cup. He was ankle-locked by the eventual finalist Takashi Tanaka, and he appears to be a karate man. So I've got no idea what he's saying on his interview here. And here we have Akihiro Gono sporting a nice bowl cut and his Sambo Kurtka. So last year he kicked a dude really hard in the face and then got submitted by Egon Inoue with an armbar, which did some damage to his elbow. So this year he's come back for some revenge. Akihiro Gono was born in 1974 and is a badass dude. He kicked cancer's ass, and he recently lost a decision on a pancreas card, but he's still fighting today. So, or more than 21 years after this event. And 23 after his MMA debut, so that is a long career. Randy Couture ain't got shit on Akihiro Gono. Alright, here they go. Punch attempt from Akihiro Gono into a sort of waistlock takedown. And he's finished that. And Yasushi Morita is trying for an arm-in guillotine with Akihiro Gono on the wrong side. So I don't know if that's going to happen. And Gono is stepped over into mount. Throwing some body punches to lever out his head. So we're still recording. We are... Some more punches from Gono. Oh, and Morita's managed to roll him over with that headlock. So nicely done, Yasushi Morita. Some punches from the bottom. Gono's kicked up for an armbar attempt, and Morita's stacked in. But now he's kicked under for the leg lock, and Morita's trying to feed his opposite ankle in to help attack. But Gono's gotten that nice Sambo straight ankle lock and gotten the tap from Yasushi Morita. So nicely done, Akihiro Gono. Footlock from the Sambo man, who would have thought? And Yasushi Morita would have an eventual MMA record of 1-4. Didn't really beat anybody of note. But after the... after we see this nice little replay of this ankle lock attempt. In fact, we'll watch the... Oh, no, we don't get to see him feed himself in from that armbar attempt. But we'll see that ankle lock. He is right on the Achilles, and he's the toes are right in the armpit, and look at the way that Morita's knees bending the wrong way as well. That's a good ankle lock. Nicely done, Akihiro Gono. That is where we will take a break. And we are back with the not semi-finals, this is the quarterfinals of the Lumax Cup of 1996. So we're seeing the brackets of who's progressed on, and we have our first semi-final, Egon Inoue versus lump of shit Sane Kakuta. So this will be interesting. Judo versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And you can see from Kakuta's grip straight away, he is trying to set up a throw. Nice knee from Egon there. Kakuta going for an Uchimata. Nice overhand by Egon. And Egan's thinking single leg. And Kakuta's still got that overhead grip, which is a very strong controlling grip. So don't be surprised if we end up seeing Egan go flying. Nice uppercut from Egan. Kakuta's going for that Uchimata throw again. Now he's going right around, thinking Haraigoshi, and splat. But he's given up his back because he overcommitted to what eventually turned into a Makikomi. Harai Makikomi. Fancy judo words. Basically gripped all the way over onto the arm and swept out Egan's legs. But the problem with that is you get your back taken. So he managed to recover guard, and he's using a cross-collar grip. Nice body punches from Egan there. Butterfly sweep attempts from Tsuneki Kakuta, and Egan's trying to hop around Kakuta's guard, but Kakuta's keeping a fairly decent one there. He's tying up Egan's arm and sort of stiff-arming him away to keep him in between his legs. Nice pass from Egan there, just dragging himself around on Kakuta's gi, but he's gotten greedy there, and Kakuta's managed to go out the back door and take it in top position. See what Egan's trying to set up, sort of a spider guard here. Or some sort of open guard with a sleeve grip. Yoshinori Nishi's seen enough of that, so we'll maybe see a stand up soon. Flower sweep attempt. Nice flower sweep into an armbar from Egan. But Kakuta's got solid defense. Body punches from Kakuta. Kakuta taking advantage of Egan's open guard and smashing through to half guard. But Egan's got the underhook, so he's managed to stand up and take a single leg. Nice work from the bottom from Egan. But now he's tied up in Tsuneki Kakuta's guard. So Nishi's counting again. Nice pass from Egan. Active hips into side control. Slicing his knee in there to stop Sune from bridging and getting his hips in again. But nicely done, Tsuneki Kakuta. Good underhook and bridge, so he's taking top. And Egan just missed on taking mount there. So now we've got Tsuneki Kakuta on top in half guard. And he's going to a cross half, and he might be trying for a hammerlock or a double wrist lock on that top arm of Egan there. So let's see what happens. Yeah, keeping Egan flat for the moment. And Egan's getting his up on his side, which you sort of need to do to start moving past half guard. Well, not moving past, moving out of half guard. You need to get up on your side. Because if you're flat, you're just sort of 3/4 of the way to being mounted. Alright, hammerlock attempt by Tsuneki Kakuta. But Egan's got him tied up in half guard, so he probably won't be able to get the leverage required. And Egan's recovered guard. So Kakuta's got to be careful here, because if you hang on to that hammerlock, you're in danger of getting armbarred yourself. But he's backed out of Egan's full guard. Gonna try work for a pass. Egan's fucking around with his ankle, thinking maybe a tripod sweep. Over-under pass attempt from Kakuta. But he's in danger of getting triangled, and Egan's trying to kick up for a triangle, but Kakuta's managed to pull his arm in. Very active. Look at this. This is the Kakuta you want to see. Sit-up sweep attempt from Egan Inoue. Also thinking about double wrist lock, but that didn't happen. Not much longer left in this round, and Egan's trying to feed himself across to the other side. And Kakuta's jumped over into half guard. So he's trying to flatten Egan out, but Egan's thinking deep half guard, which is dangerous when there's ground and pound available, because you can just get punched. So Kakuta's going to headlock and crossface to flatten him out, and that is the end of the round. So Kakuta looks a little tired, but no, he's alright. Just having a little lie down. So go on to the judges, and I'll probably call it a draw, because nothing was really particularly decisive in that round. Oh, one called it a draw, and one gave it to Kakuta. Oh, so that's the end of it. So split decision. Kakuta wins, so we don't get to see the second round. Oh, that's unfortunate. So what would become of Egon Inoue? Well, Egon would go on to rings very briefly and would lose by disqualification. But we were still in the sort of worked era of rings, so I have no idea about the legitimacy of that fight. He would then move on to fight on Pride 5, and those stories are available in the Pride Resurrection episodes for that particular event. He also releases fitness newsletters on Twitter. Next we have Hiroyuki Yoshikai versus Ryuta Sakurai. A nice throw from Yoshikai when Sakurai tried to get in there for a suplex. Ooh, now Sakurai's got Yoshikai's back and he's thinking German suplexu! But he did not get an adequate enough bridge to take top position. So Yoshikai is going to kick himself round into scarf hold if he can free his leg from where Ryuta Sakurai sort of pulled it in. Yes, and so he's running around to scarf hold, but Sakurai's sort of almost at the back door there, so a bit of danger. Oh, now he's gone to side control, and he's thinking armbar on that near side arm. Some nice solid punches, and he's stepping over the face. So Sakurai's got to be careful of that arm. Knee on belly control. Yeah, and he's kicked across the face, so he's probably going to fall back for the arm. Oh no, Sakurai's managed to keep his head in. Oh, there we go. Now he's across the face. And he's going for a judo-style armbar with the shin in. And Sakurai's pulled his arm out. Nicely done, Sakurai. Sakurai's going for a standing back take and for another suplex, except now he just flattens him out to the ground. And he's got a single back hook in. He's turning him away from the edge so they don't get stopped. So they're going to get dragged back into the center of the ring. The classic Lumax Cup scooching. Alright, being told to go again. Sakurai's got both hooks in and flattened Yoshikai out, and he's punching under for a choke, pulling up on his face in a nasty manner. Pull up on the forehead, body punches, punching through for the choke, but Yoshikai's doing a good job of keeping his chin down. Very judo-style defense here. Just get as flat as possible and hide your chin. So I think that Yoshikai might be a judoka. Not good in proper MMA, but when there's no headshots allowed on the ground, it's sort of, yeah, it sort of works. So Sakurai is trying his best to open up Yoshikai here. Yoshiaki. Whatever. Hiroyuki. Oh, Sakurai stepped off. He might be thinking calf crush from the looks of things, the way he's turned around. Or maybe banana split or trying for a pin. But he hasn't closed off his triangle, so he's in danger of losing top position like that. He didn't... Yeah, Eddie Bravo hasn't codified the truck system, or maybe Sakurai wasn't completely up to date on his leg wrestling because he did not do the right things to keep top position there. So now he is on the bottom of North-South, and Yoshikai is thinking armbar again. Yep, stepped across the head. Oh. Bridging escape from Ryuta Sakurai there. Oh, underhook escape, but Yoshikai stepped over to mount. Now he's cross-facing Sakurai, trying to open up his grips. Bridge attempt from Sakurai. And that was a nice escape into the top of Yoshikai's guard. But he's been overhead swept into an armbar. Nicely done, Hiroyuki Yoshikai, because that was really cool. And Ryuta Sakurai has tapped. So that was a very nice little combination. Little Juji Kitami there. So, what would become of Ryuta Sakurai? He would return for the next year's heavyweight Lumax Cup of 1997, which I unfortunately can't find on YouTube, before going on his storied career through deep Shuto and pride. His current record is 24-24, and he recently snapped an 8-fight losing streak by dropping a man with a jab, and he looks absolutely amazing at 46. So whatever he's lifting and whatever he's eating, I should definitely get on some of that. And we're seeing the replay of that beautiful armbar. Alright, now we have Kazunari Murakami versus Akihiro Gono. Has Gono changed his thing, or have I looked at the wrong one? I've looked at the wrong one! It's Masanori Sudha versus Yuzo Tedeschi. My bad, everybody. And I don't know who's on the bottom. I've screwed up here. Oh no, Tedeschi's on the bottom. He got thrown by Sudha there in a very interesting manner. He's gone for a double ankle sweep, but Masanori Sudha has kicked his feet back and passed into top half guard. And he's in sort of a cross half guard, where he's right across the top of the person on the bottom's body, sort of working a cradle almost on Yuzo Tedeschi's head to finish his pass. Now he's working for a Kimura, punching that arm down. Yep, he's flattened the arm down. So Yuzo Tedeschi's trying to turn to defend that, and Sudha nearly kicked over into mount, but Tedeschi caught him back up in half guard. So Suda's throwing some more body punches to open up Tedeschi. And he's punched through for a Kimura again, and he's gone to head scissors, and he's going to spin for an armbar. Nice, it's a great combination. It is honestly my favorite set of movements. And so now he's breaking Yuzo Tedeschi's grip. He's punched up to the wrist to get the proper leverage. And he's pulling Yuzo Tedeschi's arms apart. Tedeschi's trying to kick his foot across the face, but it's not a great defense. Oh, the way Suda's got his legs set up there is very interesting. He's keeping his bottom shin across Tedeschi's face to stop him from getting in. And Tedeschi has tapped. Well done, Masanori Sudha. So, what would become of Yuzo Tedeschi? Well, Tedeschi's only win of his whole career was against an inexperienced debuting Manoa man, and he would retire after losing to Kaoru Uno on a Shuto card in 1997. So, Masanori Sudha is moving on to the semi-finals. Yes. And we'll see that great double wrist lock from head scissors into armbar combination. It's very... Oh, we won't even see the head scissors. That's disappointing. They'll just show the bit where he breaks the grip. But you see how he's got his legs triangled there. That is to stop Tedeschi from rolling up into him to pull his elbow out. And it's very interesting, the different ways you can grip your legs on somebody else's shoulder. They all have sort of pros and cons. Right, our final semi-final. This time, it's Kazunari Murakami versus Akihiro Gono. Front kicks from Murakami. Right hand from Gono. Front kick from Murakami again. Round kick from Gono. Getting some striking going. Nice right hand from Gono. And Murakami is keeping his arm pinned to his head. Nice high kick from Gono there. Gono's thinking clinch knees, nicely done. Big throw from Kazunari Murakami, but they've been pulled up because they're at the edge of the mat. That was a great throw. And going again. High kick attempt from Gono. Front kicks from Murakami. Nice lead left hook from Gono, seeing his boxing that'd show up later in his career. Oh, front kick, sort of a oblique kick right on the hip there from Murakami. Fucked up Gono's punch attempt. Hopping around at the distance. Gono looks very confident, hands down. And they've been broken because they've backed up to the edge of the mat. Being told to fight. Front kick from Murakami. Round kick from Gono, but he's slipped on the mat, and now he's on the bottom underneath the dipshit from Pride 1, Kazunari Murakami. So we're in Gono's guard. Gono's sort of trying to go sideways. Maybe probably thinking punch under for a leg lock, because he's a Sambo guy, and that's what Sambo guys do. Leg punches from Murakami, and Gono's doing a good job of keeping him tied up. They're going to scooch him out to the middle. Alright, being told to go again. Gono trying to kick up for a triangle, now feeding himself into butterfly guard. But underpass from Murakami. Ooh, bit of danger here because he could almost get caught up in a triangle, but he's got Gono nicely stacked and the grip high on Gono's collar, so he should be able to finish this pass the moment Gono's grip gives out on Murakami's own collar. And a Valley Tudo knee right to the butt by Murakami. That's a kudo sort of thing. Throwing knees on the ground when you're in someone's guard. We're sort of caught up sort of half past, half in a triangle. And contact's been called, so we're probably going to get pulled up in a second. Yep, and they've been stood up for stalemate on the ground, which is a damn good rule, and I like it. Especially with the counting, it's less arbitrary. It sort of gives you time to move. I think perhaps they should codify that somehow in the unified rules of mixed martial arts. So rather than just sort of arbitrarily going, work, work, stand up, you go, work, I'm giving you 10 seconds. So then you got 10 seconds to move. Front kick from Murakami. Gono's waving him on and hopping around. Front kick again from Murakami. Right hand from Gono. Over grip from Murakami. Knee to the body. Punch from Gono. Another massive throw. Straight onto the wooden floor, which Gono is not happy about. And I think they told him to stop. Oh, whatever. We're going again. So maybe some intermission has been cut out there. Right hand from Gono. Front kick from Murakami. This is a great little fight. Another right hand from Gono. Pair of lefts from Murakami. Clinch knee. Murakami set up for another throw, but they've stopped him this time rather than letting him chuck Gono onto the hard wooden floor. Oh, my bad. It's not a basketball court. It is a volleyball court. And there's basketball rings in the background. It's a multi-purpose court. So hopping around at the distance again. Gono looking loose. Nice right body kick from Gono. Another nice body kick. But Murakami's got a grip. Oh, Gono's gone for a belly-to-belly suplex, but has ended up on the bottom. At least he's managed to recover guard. Dangers of the belly-to-belly suplex. You got to really back arch into it and get a good, decent enough turn, and you got to stop the post from happening. Otherwise, you're in serious trouble, and you'll end up getting surrendering top position. And that is the end of the round, so we're going to see what the judges have to say about that. Yeah, second round, and everybody in the crowd's happy to see that too, because this is a great little fight. So Murakami is getting a little rub down in his corner. All right, second round. Being told to fight. Left low kick from Gono into the clinch. He's tried to pull a flying armbar there, I think, but he's ended up on the bottom in guard. Murakami's working a pass here. Oh, armbar attempt from Akihiro Gono, but he's unfortunately conceded the pass there to Kazunari Murakami. But his foot's fucked up and caught in Murakami's gi, so maybe he'll be able to keep Murakami in his guard. And Yoshinori Nishi's come in there to remove the interference from the gi. And Murakami's finished the pass with his Kezugatami hips, but he's not secured side control yet. He nearly got swept. Oh, there we go. Now he's in there. So how he sort of backstepped and switched his hips. That's what they've called Keza hips. Nice body punch there from Murakami. Oh, stalemate called. So Murakami's got to do something. And he took too long to step over into that top triangle, so they've been stood up. That's what you get for not being urgent, Kazunari Murakami. Gotta have urgency in your movements, especially when they're telling you you're not moving enough. Ooh, little VHS artifact there. Look how loose Gono is. He's just completely relaxed. Right punch attempt from Murakami, but Gono's off at the edge of distance. Murakami's getting in. Nice right hand from Gono, and he's pulled guard again. And I believe that is the end of the second round, or maybe they were just told to stop. Oh, no, there they were just told to stop because they were reaching the end of the... Nope. I got no idea. I think that was the end of the round. Oh, nope, still going. Round kick from... Well, they're just going here. And you've pulled guard again. Stop doing that, Gono. And unfortunately, he's given up top side control to Kazunari Murakami. Murakami's walking him away from the edge to stop them from being pulled up, and he's throwing knees to the body from the top of side control. Underutilized move, in my opinion. Going to a forearm choke. And he's setting up for an armbar on that arm. Using a razor arm lock from the looks of things. It's being caught up in Gono's half guard. And that is the end of the second round. So that was a great little fight, and we will see who the judges have decided is the winner. And they've given it to Kazunari Murakami, which is fair enough considering Gono decided just to flop to his back a couple of times. So what would become of Gono? Gono would now move on to Shuto, first losing to Matt Hume student Todd Bjornathan, before defeating another man in this tournament, Masanori Sudha, and having a great career. He's still fighting today, and his current record is 35 and 22, with 8 draws, I think. So that was a fun little match. Great judo from Murakami. Good to see them both sort of swinging at each other. Bit of blood on Murakami's gi, probably from his nose where he's being punched. And so we are on to the semi-finals. Sanae Kakuta versus Hiroyuki Yoshioka. So here's Sanae Kakuta, and we're actually getting some entrance music. Very funky slap bass. And some great electric guitar. And here he comes, Hiroyuki Yoshioka. Not as great music as the one they gave to Sanae Kakuta. Much less head bobbing. So this will be interesting because they're both sort of judo guys, although Sanae Kakuta is judo plus a bit of shoot wrestling. Just remember this sort of ridiculous argument about what's shoot wrestling and what's catch wrestling. If ever you want to sort of just see people arguing over semantics, go to a catch wrestling board, because that's everybody telling everybody else that they're not actually doing catch wrestling. What they're doing is something called something else with a little bit of catch in it, despite the fact that there's only really... Well, it's not even really... Basically, anybody who does American folk-style wrestling is a catch wrestler. Everybody who does shoot wrestling is a catch wrestler. They just do it based on different things. So, throw and leg kicks, punches from Kakuta, and he's being nice big hip throw from Hiroyuki Yoshioka. So we've seen some good judo there. And he's managed to pass out of Kakuta's half guard and step over into mount. This is he's doing very well here from the top, and he's working a crossface with a grip on the gi to lever it in as a forearm choke. He's probably thinking armbar on that arm he's got caught up. Yes, he's stepped over and he's going to give it a go. But he's taken way too long, and he's been rolled over, and he's going to get stacked and passed, I think, here by Kakuta. Yep, nicely done, Kakuta. So now Kakuta's on top. Ooh, both hooks from Kakuta. And now Yoshioka's flat. But Yoshioka's got good defense from this position, as we saw. Well, good choke defense from this position, as we saw against Sakurai. So now Kakuta's just punching him in the gut. Just wearing him out a little bit. Money in the bank, essentially. And pay dividends in, if the fight goes longer than it's going now. Kakuta's working a single hook here. He might spin off to sort of a leg ride. They've called stalemate. Oh, and they've called it off because Kakuta's trying to do stuff. And he stepped off to spiral ride. But he is breaking the cardinal rules of... what? He's kicked into... butterfly guard and swept. That was awesome. From side back, he kicked into butterfly guard and swept Hiroyuki Yoshioka over. That is really good. And now he's trying for an armbar. So he's got the shin over the face, and he's on the back, and he's trying to lever Hiroyuki Yoshioka up and over, but he does not have Yoshioka trapped properly. So unless he switches to a Kimura, he's in danger of getting past here. Oh, but he's going to kick over underneath to the leg. That is nice. He's kicked into the leg. He's working, just getting himself into leg lock position here. And he's sitting up, probably trying to catch a heel. Spinning in a knee bar position. Yeah, he's levering apart Yoshioka's legs. Oh, he's caught, no, he hasn't caught Yoshioka's... He's caught Yoshioka's toes and the heel, and he's turned, and that is it! Nicely done! Excellent heel hook from Kakuta. So that was really... That butterfly sweep was awesome, where he kicked under from side back. That was great. Nicely done, Kakuta. Excellent little fight. So what would become of Hiroyuki Yoshioka? Hiroyuki Yoshioka would return for both the heavyweight and middleweight Lumax Cup tournaments next year, but he would retire with an eventual record of 3-4. And Kakuta is on to the finals after a very nice heel hook. I gotta think about that, from that sort of almost past Kimura position, kicking yourself into leg lock spot. That is nice. That's going in my my little folder of moves. That's a great heel hook. Hopefully Yoshioka still has all his knee ligaments. Right, we have our next semi-final, Masanori Sudha versus Kazunari Murakami. So here comes Sudha, sort of enigmatic man of Japanese MMA. Always there, always beating guys, but never the guy. And here comes Kazunari Murakami with some blood on his gi from his previous match. He's got very angry eyebrows. That's Nori Sudha. Kazunori Murakami gets a big clap. Alright, get ready to go. Alright, here we go. Front kicks from Murakami. And Suda's in. A nice outside trip. Murakami's gone for a butterfly sweep, and he's managed to use it to return to the feet. Great foot sweep from Suda there. That was awesome. Great judo. So now he's in mount. Oh, and he's Murakami's kicked out, been way too greedy on that mount escape and nearly got armbarred there. You got to avoid stiff arming when you bridge and roll in the mount, otherwise the armbar's right there. Well, but he managed to get out of it. Now he's on top in Suda's half guard. Big yawn there. Alright, they've been scooched to the middle. Oh, nice sweep from Suda. Murakami's going for deep half, but he's missed it. And now Suda's on top in north-south, the freaky mount. In fact, this is the freakiest of freaky mounts. He is teabagging Suda, and now he's in... Oh, no, Suda is teabagging Murakami. And now he's trying for that same double wrist lock progression he was going for last time. Going for a rear triangle. See how he's kicking his leg through there. And he's gripping the belt to make sure he can still pull himself onto Murakami's back. He's pulling Murakami over. And he's on that armbar again. Alright, now we'll see his grip breaking because he's managed to get himself in a position. Oh, Murakami's rolled and escaped, but ooh! Nice spin from Suda to keep Murakami from taking top. He's kicking back into that top triangle again with the belt grip. Trying to break Murakami down. Switching off to side back, single back, double back, and both back hooks. Trying to flatten out Murakami. Oh, maybe switching to an armbar. Yeah, he's double gripped on that arm. No, he switched back to the back. Murakami is just running all defense at the moment. And he's flattened himself out, so obviously a judo guy. Back to that front triangle attempt. Pants grip. This is just great stuff from Suda. Body punches from Suda. And he's spun to the back now, punching under for a choke. Working just straight a face lock at the moment. Still working from Murakami's back. Murakami staying flat, which is not what you want to do. Come up to your knees so you can escape and roll. Suda's rolled Murakami over. And he's punched through double wrist lock grip on that arm, so he might be thinking to kick into an armbar on it. His leg's a bit trapped though. Oh, he's managed to free it. His shins on the back of Murakami's head. Oh, and he's kicked into an armbar position. He's going to try and roll Murakami over, but Murakami has pushed the leg across the face and taken top in Suda's guard. Nicely done, Kazunari Murakami. So just pulling up Suda's record here. Not very long left in this round. Body punches from Sudha. He's kicking up for an armbar again from the bottom. Oh, he's kicked into a triangle position. He might have to might be able to switch his hips because Murakami's not quite past. Oh, it's an uncomfortable looking stack. Yeah, Murakami has essentially passed him. Nice stack. Vale Tudo knees from Murakami. Stepped over into mount. Sudha was thinking a bridge there. Punches from the bottom from Sudha, punches from the top from Murakami. There's the end of the round. So will we see a second round of this fun little fight? And Murakami nearly got an armbar there right at the end. A bit of blood on Suda's gi. Oh, judges call it a draw, so we're gonna see a second round. Murakami's been having some great fights. This one because he just keeps wriggling out of submissions, and the Gono one because they were just both going at each other. Great little guitar riff there. Friendly pat in the butt from Masanori Suda's cornerman. Alright, here we go. Expect to see front kicks from Kazunari Murakami, because that is his sort of thing. Suda's picking up that lead leg in a sort of Benny Okide's knee shield style. Very telegraphed single leg, and he's in on that, deep enough to finish it probably, if Murakami has a shitty sprawl, which apparently he does. Murakami's gone for a throw, and they've stopped that. Ooh. Sudha looks a little bit uncomfortable there. So something might have gotten thrown out when that from that throw from Murakami. It's a nice bit of judo though. Alright, they're in. Suda's in on that. Ooh, big Haraigoshi from Kazunari Murakami. And Suda's recovered half guard. He's trying that bridging escape, but he's missed it this time, and Kazunari Murakami is passed round to north-south. Maybe trying for a paper cutter choke. I believe it's called paper cutter. I don't know. Choke from north-south. Whoa! I don't know what Murakami was going for there, but it didn't work out. Now he's got Sudha on top of him. Suda's trying for an armbar. Suda's kicked into armbar position. Oh, he's breaking the grips this time. He's managing to keep control of Murakami's elbow. And he's got that. That is straight. His feet are crossed, so he's got to bridge his hips like an absolute motherfucker to get it going. Oh, Murakami has tapped. Great little fight. I did not know what Murakami was trying to do there when he sort of kicked his hips in close to Sudha, but it gave Sudha the chance to backflip out and take top position. Great little fight, that one. Well done, Masanori Sudha. So what would become of Kazunari Murakami, the dipshit from Pride 1? Well, first he would move on to the Extreme Fighting Championship, a personal favourite UFC knockoff of mine. And he would defeat Bart Vale, reported shoot fighting champion, PWFG star, the man who knocked out, in heavily inverted commas, Ken Shamrock. Then he'd get brained by Maurice Smith and would go to Pride, and would retire with a record of 5-5 after a brief stint as a pro wrestler. But here we have our final of Sune Kakuta versus Masanori Sudha, so that should be fun to watch while we wait for these two guys to shake hands with each other's corners. Bad luck, Kazunari Murakami. Now we see that armbar again. See, the feet are crossed and the knees are open, so Sudha really needed to get his hips into that to get the hyperextension on the elbow. I found the advice I was given was cross your toes. Cross your big toes. If you put them on top of each other, you can pinch your knees and sort of keep the same control as you would if you cross your feet. Of course, there are pros and cons to every single grappling move. Someone will tell you that something is right and something is wrong. But I'm just telling you what the issue was with this particular armbar, why it was so difficult to finish. With the crossed feet, he could stop Murakami from pulling his elbow back, but he really had to get his hip into it to finish that armbar. And so, ready for the final, and ready to crown our Lumax Cup champion of 1996. So Snake Kakuta's wrapping up his gi. Yasunori Suda's getting wiped down because he had a hard fight. His back might actually be hurt. Oh, is that a... Yeah, Kakuta's judo black belt all messed up, and that's what a real black belt's supposed to look like. So here we are, the final of the Lumax Cup of 1996. Groovy slap bass and guitar again for Snake Kakuta. I'm just enjoying that entrance music, it's great. And here comes Masanori Suda to the significantly less groovy track. Suda's significantly smaller than Snake Kakuta. They didn't give us the weights in English this time, which is unfortunate, but Kakuta's official weight for Sherdog is 90.72 kilograms, and Suda's is 83.01, so they're both probably a little bit lighter, seeing as they were young'uns back here. Alright, get hyped for the final. At this surprisingly empty basketball stadium. I don't know why nobody turned up to watch this, because it was awesome. And I'm not giving them shit for fighting in a basketball stadium. My last fight was in a basketball stadium. Just considering the level of all these guys, and considering what I'm at amateur status, and these guys were, one, this is a pro event, and secondly, almost everyone in this, well no, 4 or 5 or 6 guys in this went on to fight in Pride and other big shows, so yeah, a lot of people were missing out by not turning up to this. Alright, here we go. Straight into the clinch goes Snake Kakuta. Big Uchimata attempt from Masanori Suda, but Snake Kakuta rolls through, and now he's in the top half guard. Alright, Suda's got the underhook on the right side, so he can try and escape, but Snake Kakuta's pinned it down and switched to a Americana. And he's gotten some crank on the shoulder, but it's very difficult to get the elbow down to the hip, which you need to minimize the amount of rotation that the shoulder can do. So he's not going to be able to do that when he's caught up in half guard. And so Suda's doing the right thing, keeping him trapped there and trying to take the pressure off it. Oh, look at that crank on that shoulder. But Suda's managing to keep it out, and he's going to use it to bridge and try and take top position, but he's managed to break the grip at least. That was a real close moment there. Alright, now he's in Suda's guard. He's sort of squatting on his heels. He's sitting back, so he's got to watch out for the idiot sweep. Oh, and he's sat back for a heel hook. Sat back on the leg lock attempt. Kicking himself through, pinching the knees into a sort of saddle position where he's got his leg under the far side. He's caught Suda's heel and a tap! And that is it! Snake Kakuta is your 1996 Lumax Cup champion. And look at that, it was exciting, and he got finishes. He could actually fight. Unlike his Pride appearances, which were kind of shitty. So firstly, what would become of Masanori Sudha? Masanori Sudha would then move on to Shuto. He would lose to Akihiro Gono before returning for more Lumax Cup action. He would have an eventual career record of 22-11. His final bout would be against Murillo Bustamante in the Bushido 9 tournament. And if ever there was a tournament to watch, it is the Bushido 9 tournament. Even if Manoa man with a shaved head rather than the mullet is an absolute aberration against nature. So I highly recommend watching that one. And Sudha had a pretty good career. Oh, look at that heel hook. That was nasty. And Sudha was in some significant pain. And look, when Sune Kakuta got up too excited, he punted poor Suda's leg. So Sudha would go on to have a pretty decent career and retiring at 22-11. What would happen to Sune Kakuta? He would go on to fight at Vale Tudo Japan 1996 and then would be back for the next year's Lumax Cup, fighting in the heavyweight tournament before heading off to Pride and then Pancrase. His Pride fights have already been sort of dissected by the most dangerous man alive today, and they were significantly shite. But his Pancrase run is absolutely great. It's almost all finishes, and any match that isn't a finish is exciting. And his fight against Ikehisa Minoa at the 2001 anniversary show is absolute madness. He would go on to have an eventual career record of 31-9. Would win ADCC Gold in Abu Dhabi Combat Club Gold in 2001. So that shows you how good his grappling was. And recently had a super fight at the most recent Abu Dhabi Combat Club. Blah, try saying that fast 5 times. In 2017 against Renzo Gracie, a rematch of their Pride match. I don't know how it went, but Renzo Gracie seemed to be pretty happy afterwards. I don't have a Flow Grappling subscription, so I can't find that match, but I'm sure it exists somewhere on the internet. And so now he's getting interviewed here. Kakuta fought all the way up to 2014, which is a pretty long career considering. Not as long as Manoa Man or fucking Akihiro Gono or Yuki Kondo, but still pretty long. Yeah, I'm looking at his career now, and every single Pride fight that Kakuta was in, apart from the Renzo Gracie one, went to decision. That's so bad. And they were all kind of shitty, as far as I can remember. So I don't know what he's saying here, but I'll just close down all my notes. But yeah, this was a pretty star-studded event if you think about it, considering who we've got. We've got Masanori Sudha, the sort of unheralded hard man of Japanese mixed martial arts. He beat a real who's who. He beat Brian the Hero Ebersol, who fought in the UFC. He also beat Ryo Chonin, who is the dude who heel hooked Anderson Silva. He'd fight Egon Inoue, Shannon the Cannon Rich, who is sort of a fairly significant journeyman. You've also got Akihiro Gono, badass. You've got Ryuta Sakurai, badass. And you've got Manoa Man, my personal favorite fighter. Egon Inoue, Pride fighter. And Sune Kakuta, another Pride fighter. So, yeah, this is and Kazunari Murakami, also Pride fighter. So it's pretty star-studded when you think about it. And that is it. We've gone... Well, we're going to get some replays of stuff over the credits. We're going to see, this is Egon Inoue's sort of half-hearted armbar, Sune Kakuta's ridiculous Americana from half guard. Look at the crank on that shoulder. That great, I don't know who this was, might have been Sudha, the kick across armbar there. Oh, that one was Sudha. That great triangle armbar thing from Kazunari Murakami. That awesome straight ankle lock from Akihiro Gono. That heel hook from Sanae Kakuta to win the event. Look at the angle on that leg and knee. That is terrible. And look, he falls over poor Suda's leg. And he's far too excited. If you tap someone with a heel hook, please carefully get rid of their leg. And that is it. And I will see you all next time. Please subscribe.